Hi, Tay. Everything on your side? And how was your week?
Good afternoon, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone, in our Crypto Talks 200 edition session. We did 200 sessions with you guys to bring you the latest developments and latest news from the crypto world. Again, this is session number 200, and actually, we are in week number 46. A few more weeks to the end of the year. What's going to happen with the prices, specifically with Bitcoin price, with the other altcoin markets? It seems that there is a lot of speculation on the involvement of the bull run in our current market structure, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And we have as well some interesting news that we gathered for this week. I'm taking a look at the crypto prices now. Bitcoin is 36,334. Solana is seems to be unstoppable. $61 from $8 to $61. $8 when the time the FTX crisis happened, and now it seems that it's decoupling itself from FTX. Um, Sailing into a safe environment, I would say. At the same time, we have to remember that Solana was able to stop its network quite some few times in the past years. So we're gonna as well see how is the future development of Solana. From Twitter sources, we are learning day by day that Solana is doing some great improvements on its blockchain. So we keep that to the test of time. Other than that, Avalanche as well did some interesting moves. It doubled in price from $10 to $20 in the past few weeks. And mainly as well, this is coming from major bullish sentiments on AVAX and on Avalanche.
Yeah, thank you, Tay. Sorry, some technical issues from my side on the connection, but we are back. So thank you for the intro or what's happening in the market. I think it's a crazy time of the year before the big rush that will be happening within next year, going to the halving and actually going beyond the halving. So going back to the main important things of this episode, because this is very special episode. This is episode 200, and then for me it makes my heart to be filled with warmness, and then we'd like to celebrate it with you, all of you, so that we can all win together. We launched the campaign within the last week, and it will continue one more week until next week. So meanwhile, do join us continuing on this. We will let somebody win in the end of this episode, but we'll give it its time for next week so that more people can participate. And I just posted the link now in the description and in the chat. Here is the link downstairs. So be part of Dxtalks, and then try to join, and then maybe you can have to grab some of the awards that we have aligned for you. So really enjoy this, and then we are really glad of this episode 200, and then how where this is going. Now, meanwhile, I'll just continue on this. Don't forget the alert frauds that we do on every week. This is very important to us because me and they are under impersonation problem and fraud, and they even impersonated us in a way beyond that normal, in a deep fake way for our sound and hopefully not for our visual, but that can be done. I've tried it myself. We're happy of our numbers that are growing thanks to you, and then they will keep on growing. We have a lot of events laid out within the following November and October from data center to IDC to Europe, Middle East, DDC, and then to other AI conventional, which you can find on our event page, dxtalks.com/events. And most importantly, don't forget the second MENA top woman in fintech and blockchain and AI. This is dear to our heart. Do nominate, just to let you know that we are rescheduling till early February this again, because we had one partner that actually pulled out, and then that created some delays in the final release of the event. So we are rescheduling everything till till February 2024. So going back to our amazing lineup of things, I'll move back to the award, and then I just posted the link now in the chat. So make sure to join as much as you can. We have quite a few awards that have joined. We have a lot of steps for you to do, whichever one you can, partake in this. We'll be more than happy. And I'm just seeing now the results in the back. There are quite a few that have applied so far. So yeah, stay tuned, and then we will proceed based on that. Let me get back Tay on this platform, and then we'll take it from there. Hi Tay again, and then we'll move forward.
Good afternoon, Rudy again. Good afternoon, everyone watching Crypto Talks. Today is the celebrations for our 200th episode. This is week number 46, and in week number 46, Glassnode has chosen to talk about the supply squeeze. As we know, we are coming into a Bitcoin halving, where in April 2024, um, it is not expected. It is written in math, written in code, that the supply of Bitcoin will shrink by 50%. This is giving us a major momentum for people to accumulate more and more Bitcoin, as many market experts are talking about a supply squeeze because of the low number of Bitcoin on exchanges, because of the upcoming filings of ETFs, and actually the relatively large number of Bitcoin that is out of circulation, either whether it is Satoshi's early Bitcoins or the ones that have been lost and locked due to lost private keys. All these factors are putting pressure on the supply of Bitcoin. And in the previous cycles that we have seen, always after a Bitcoin halving event, within the next 365 days, we see an explosive Bitcoin price. In the last three halvings, the first halving, we saw a increase in the price that is approximately about 7,000% between 2012 to 2013. Then we saw another explosive price between 2020 and 2021. This was 670%. And then in 2016, we saw the uh, explosive price of 460% after the halving event. Will this trend continue? Time will tell, and all eyes and ears are 23rd, 2024. This is when the next halving is expected to happen. As we opened, the market sentiment is still in a greed position. We have top gainers for this week, Solana and Avalanche, the ones that we picked. Avalanche from last week till this week, 60% improvement in the price, while Solana 45% improvement in the price. Definitely, there are much more crypto coins that made relatively a good jump. Caspa, for example, is one of them, 56% from 7 days until today. And Mainly, if we are looking at the Bitcoin dominance, we see that the Bitcoin dominance has shifted from 51% now to 49.1%, which is telling us that the capital is outflowing from Bitcoin and inflowing into altcoin markets. With this, we can start our news for this week. We picked up, as usual, five important events that happened in this week. XRP saw a major price swing as well. I wouldn't um, categorize it in the same box as Solana in the type of um, price improvement that it made, because or XRP has taken the um, price action from the results of the SEC and the court case that they had, but still there was a fake news on a BlackRock XRP ETF trust filing, and the price of XRP exploded. It somehow is funny because someone paid $500 for a fake news and then opened a short position on XRP. The moment that prices went up and the people realize that this is not true news, then the guy who shorted XRP has gained massive profits on it. From XRP and BlackRock, we move into our main event for this week, Solana. Solana is a very fierce competitor for Ethereum. It was funded, and I would say it is funded by FTX, and one of Sam Bankman-Fried most favorable projects. Um, when the FTX debacle happened, the token price took a hit. It went down to $8, and there was a lot of speculation on what will happen with the Solana ecosystem after that FTX went down and SBF is in jail. Today, and according to our data, we have 300,000 unique users just last Saturday, surpassing Ethereum's um, unique users by 10%. And this was like monitored as well with the hosting, with the network hosting more than 200,000 active addresses on November 7th, which is last week. So for comparison, Ethereum is consistently hosting between 290,000 and 350,000 users daily over the past 3 months, with two only incidents where the users went above 400,000. And comparing this to Solana, where it was just less than $10 in January and an all-time high of $250, the active addresses on Solana, they went down 85% from 1.28 million in May 22 in May 2022 to around 200,000 this September in September 2023. So in the past 4 weeks, we saw Solana going up 145%, beating many of the rival digital assets by at least double figures. From Solana, we look at Bitcoin, where it dropped 4%, reaching almost $34,800. And um, although this unexpected slowdown, um, it relates to inflation and relates to the bond markets, yet this declining enthusiasm in crypto um, was mainly imminent when we saw a talk about an approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Um, Bitcoin going to 34,970 related to the consumer price index that came out in October, as well is putting pressure on the price. And this is where we're seeing Bitcoin changing between 35,300 to the current price of 36,300 in the past 24 hours. Um, does this mean that the Bitcoin price rally is over? I wouldn't say so, because the Federal Reserve is finished for this year with the rate hikes, and the next cutting in rates would be in 2024. So the action on the bond markets as well. Uh, and what actions are we talking about? The bond markets has been witnessing a plunge in uh, in its value, in its 10-year Treasury yield, plunging to 4.44%. So this action is letting traders like panic, and like they're following where the uh, dollar flows and where the dollar is giving them more yield. And as of today, it seems like there is some capital inflowing back into crypto, specifically into Bitcoin, with again the speculation on Bitcoin ETFs. So ETF speculation is front and center for now. Yet the store of value narrative is still holding, and this is why we're seeing the price still resilient and still is increasing in the coming days. The last news that we picked or before the last news that we picked for this week, um, again, around the Bitcoin ETF and around what could happen if um, crypto markets explode to the 25 trillion market that everybody is talking about, especially with the announcement of Bitcoin ETFs. So, according to Cathy Wood, she believes that the crypto market's growth over the next few years will be carried primarily by Bitcoin and Ethereum, and definitely we agree with that sentiment. Um, in addition, the spot Bitcoin ETF, the applications that are being reviewed by U.S. Securities and the Exchange Commission, or the SEC, will continue to fuel the markets for years to come. And why? Because we will see multiple approvals in the years to come. And it's not just BlackRock or any other institution that are taking monopoly of this market. So, according to her, and according to uh, Kathy Wood, she expects Bitcoin to reach $1.48 million by 2030. This matches with our last news for this week, where institutional investors are pushing Bitcoin inflows past $1 billion in 2023. And this is coming from the total inflows of traditional investment funds that are backed by crypto. Um, in this week as a whole, the crypto investment funds, they recorded inflows of $293 million, bringing the year-to-date inflow to an impressive $1 billion. So from the beginning of the year until today, we have an inflow of $1 billion into crypto from the crypto investment funds. And perhaps this is why we have again the uh, sentiment of Bitcoin trading at $36,000 now, compared to 16,500 at the beginning of the year. It is not unusual that Bitcoin is taking the lead, but it is leading the digital asset and investment space, as investors are seeking to expose their portfolios with $240 million alone for this week. So um, we close on a note that we are going to see more inflows from now till end of the year, but this does not give us the indication Bitcoin is in a bull mode now. We have to be careful in our analysis and in our timing to enter the markets now. If you have made profits, as usual, do not be greedy, take your profits out. And when you take your profit out, it doesn't mean put them back again and lose them. No, do something useful with that money. With this, Rudy, we end our uh, news section for this week, and we go back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tay. Thank you, guys, for all of your amazing messages. Thank you, Lama. Thank you. Yes, it's your support that got us here. Bob, also thank you for your great comments. I think we are here because of all of you and your support to this. John, thank you also on the congratulations. Mary, well, I don't know. I have to go back to YouTube to check what does this mean. But amazing achievement. Uh, Congrats to cheers to 300, 400, 500, and thousands. I think thousands. Elias Gote. And Ali, also thank you all. I hope you guys have all participated in this, and then so that we can appreciate that also with you guys supporting our podcast. And I want to thank most also Tay for his constant push on this, and the team behind the scenes that are always helping and producing the content and preparing our material and our for us to be here. They made it very simple so that we just produce, we come in for that allocated time, and then the rest is being taken care of. Otherwise, maybe it would have been harder to achieve. But thank you, Tay. And then wait, can we do that? Does that work? Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Cheers to that. Cheers to the 258 people who are attending right now. So I would like to thank you all for really supporting us and this. It's really amazing seeing you all. Every week, constantly being here, and many of you maybe we don't know. So yeah. Ali, again, amazing achievement. Thank you, Ali. So, Tay, thank you also for the news of this week. I think it's some important stuff to start thinking about what's going to happen within the next cycle.
Sure.
It's very important to know. So, uh, yeah, it's a critical time, I would say, so that we can move forward. If you want to add anything, if there's any question, guys.
No, I'm getting a few comments, not now, but as well previously on Solana. Many people asked, "Hey, shall we buy Solana now?" Unfortunately, I cannot give you a buy advice or a sell advice. I can help you to understand what is Solana and if you want to put money in it, whether it's a good project or not. In general, uh, Solana moving away now from everything that has happened with FTX is a good sign. Yet people don't forget that Solana was funded and mainly influenced by SBF or Sam Bankman Fried. He's now in jail serving time for the fraud that he committed at FTX. Does this mean Solana is a fraud? Absolutely not. Solana is not a fraudulent project. It suffered a lot as any other crypto project, yet do your own due diligence on it. And my advice in general is never catch a uh, like a cryptocurrency that is going up in price, don't try to chase those green candles or don't try to catch them. Um Personally, I wait for prices to like um, cool down a little bit. Perhaps the past 24 hours, it was a good opportunity to step in the market at a relatively nice dip. Um, from a technical perspective, analysts are looking at one more final dip in the price where we see Bitcoin perhaps under $30,000. And then from there, similar to how we never saw back Bitcoin at $1,000, $5,000, or $9,000 even, we might be missing the chance of buying Bitcoin cheap. Again, this is not a financial advice. This is more of a reading on where the markets are going next year. We have a major event of ETF being approved in January, a very high percentage that this can happen in January 2024, and followed 3 months after with a supply squeeze of 50% from Bitcoin. The over macroeconomic situation, the war in Middle East, war in Ukraine, the new presidency coming up in the United States, this is all gonna influence crypto markets as well. Hopefully for the better, for the increase in price, and for the speculators, I think this is a one of the most interesting years to come in crypto.
Yeah, I've been involved in a new project. It's not actually new, but I think I mentioned it earlier on. It's called BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. And I see it because you mentioned Solana and others. I see it as a competition to those new also chains. They already released, but it will not be active fully on a main node until I think February or March early next year. And the difference with this BSV chain is that they have cracked the code to 1 million transactions per second with 0.000000 cents. So it became technically, and that's where I think the blockchain needs to be. So very cheap, very affordable, and super fast. I'm still looking into this project. We're trying to work together on some of the items, but it's really interesting. They're trying to establish in the Middle East. We don't know yet much of the information, but there's a lot of things happening. So let's see, because this is a competition that you don't hear of it much in the news, and that's what maybe will be changing. So with that, I just shared something very special, a code, Dxtalks 200 is an extra clue part of the game that we are playing together for it to give you some more edge, because you are here today, you are subscribed with us today, and then you have joined this episode. So I will select one applicant for today, and then we will notify him if he's not here. Anyhow, and then we will win. And then, as I mentioned, next week is actually the winning date of all of the episode, and then it will be half celebrating all together. So let's start with the first one. Meanwhile, I'm sorry, I'm having issues with the platform today. I don't know why, but just waiting for the page to upload, to take everything, and then based on that, just press the button, and then we will buy. Hold on. All right. So here we go. Where is it? Here we go. Eli Badari. Eli Badari, you have entered on the 11th. So the system has chosen one. We will be having full-on coaching with you You get to choose if it's me or Tay, and then we'll notify you, of course, through the system and through the platforms once we know. If you're here, please do indicate yourself and say hi in the chat. If not, we'll notify you. I'm sorry. Again, I'm facing some issues in this platform, not on the competition platform. It's so delayed on me to navigate. So with that, I'd like to say again, congratulations to Eli, and then we'll try to see if there's anything in the chat from Eli. If not, we will end this episode for today. I'd like to thank you again, Tay, for making it
Thank you.
and being with us.
Thank you.
And then let's see where this goes and where the world is going right now with
Thank you.
all of this dangerous and the critical times. I would say we just want peace. We don't want anything else. So
Before,
thank you again.
sorry, Rudy, just before
Yep.
we close, there is a perhaps we can go elaborately more next week. But there is a type of fraud going in Morocco now, especially. Um, you will get a SMS, or no, sorry, you will get a WhatsApp message on your phone, and it will tell you we are an American company, we are from Washington, we are from Europe, and we give you work from home, and you can earn up to $1,000 or 500 USDT per day. You need a BitGet account, you need a USDT wallet, and they will give you access to a platform where all what you have to do is just click and rank applications. So
Done.
the job is to click and rank applications. You will get paid every day. And in fact, you will get paid. So once you log in the platform, they will give you $50 and you will click and rank some applications. This $50 will be transferred to your BitGet account and you will able to use it. In order to continue using the platform, you have to top up USDT on it. So you will give them back the 50 that you have received, and they will double it for you. And then you will give them back again the 100, and they will double it for you until you reach a time they will tell you, now you have to pay us. And the amounts of money that you have to pay are large, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. At the end, your money will go away. It looks like it's legit. We made screenshots. We've tried it ourselves, and we warned some people against using it. They didn't listen to the advice. They used it. They lost their money. But luckily, in that process, we were able to document step by step what has happened. Perhaps next week we can show this information, show you the platform, and see how sophisticated scammers are getting. So if you are getting a message that is inviting you to participate in a ranking application where you rank games, it might sound legit, it might look legit, but it is not legit.
Yeah, and by the way, I received something from that I am being invited to Saudi Aramco to become a listed vendor. So after checking out this, it's also another phishing account. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very important to always watch out. That's how phishing attack works. So Ali, thank you for joining us on this. I am next. Yalla, participate more. You have a new code, Dxtalks 200, to give you more edge versus the others. And thank you all for this. And see you definitely next week in our reveal of all of the awards. See you later.